Hey everybody, Amitabh Metta Love. I just want to make a little video for you. Just had a meditation and something came to me that I thought might be useful to share about how we can become free, how we can live in a way that um, and practice in a way that will deliver us from our suffering. So the vision that I saw in my mind and contemplated was a bird flying in the air, and realizing that, for example, in meditation, you if you hold on to your thoughts, um, then they will drag you down. You won't be able to fly. You won't be able to become free. You won't be able to become light if you hold on to your thoughts and ideas and views that arise. And it's really all about letting everything go that arises, recognize it, um, allow it to be there, relax, and let it go. And then you come back to your object. And I just thought about bird flying in the air, and thinking about, well, a bird doesn't try to hold on to the air. If a bird tried to hold on to the air with its wings, it would sink and fall. It has to let go with every flap of its wings in order to fly. It has to constantly let go, but it also has to use effort as well. So the bird uses its wings to fly, and it becomes free. It can take off. It can fly. It can go so many places that it couldn't if it didn't let go and use effort at the same time. So in our daily lives, whenever we're upset, when we're angry, when we're sad, when we're frustrated, any type of emotions that arise that are negative, there's always something that we're holding on to. There's a repetitive thought, and it's sinking us down into despair. There's an angry thought, and we hold on to it, and we allow it to keep playing. We don't let it go. We don't see that it's dangerous and that it needs to be let go, and that it's just going to sink us into the depths of our own hell if we don't. So the effort and the letting go are absolutely essential in order to free ourselves from all the pain that we cause ourselves, because nobody can really cause us any pain. Anything anybody says to you has to go through your filter of whether that was a positive thing or a negative thing, whether you liked it or you didn't like it. Does it make you feel happy or does it make you feel angry? You get to choose, if you use wisdom, to allow the words or the thoughts to be there and just observe them and say, this is just what has arisen in the present moment. It's not mine because I can observe it and I can see it. So it's just like a ship that's passing through water. Well, the water doesn't belong to the ship. It's something that the ship passes through, but it doesn't belong to the ship. And if that ship tried to hold on to the water, it wouldn't be able to go anywhere. It has to let that water go. It has to push through, has to gently push through. A ship is designed in such a way that it has the tools necessary to cut through the water. So it has a pointed end. If it had a straight end, it would be much more difficult to get through the water. So it's designed properly. So we need to design our lives and our minds in a way that is conducive to letting go in peace. So the first thing that is important is our view. And if you follow the Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path or know anything about it, the first step on the Noble Eightfold Path is right view. And that right view is that there's three elements to it. There's anicca, anatta, and dukkha. Everything is impermanent. Everything will pass. So all phenomena, all thoughts, all pain, everything will pass. At the least, it will change, and it won't be the same. Sometimes it happens quickly. Sometimes it takes a longer time. So everything will change. Anatta, everything is not personal. The terminology is not self, but for some people, that not self is a little bit challenging, because that belief in a self is so deeply ingrained in our identity. So I think the terminology of everything is not personal. So everything that arises in the mind, in our experience, is just an experience. It's not something that we should hold on to. We should allow things to be, reflect on them wisely, but don't allow them to define who we are or that they're ours. So any thought, any anger that arises, it's just anger. It's there, and there's a cause for it. Maybe it was unwise attention. Maybe it was holding on to something. Maybe it was trying to make something that's impermanent permanent. Holding on to something that, it's like if you hold sand in your hand, you can only pick up so much. You can only hold so much at a time, and some of it is gonna slip through your fingers. And if you try to hold on to an infinite amount of sand, it's going to be stressful, because you just can't. And the more you let go, the more you can do things with your hands. So if you're holding on to the sand, well, you can't do other things with your hands. So if you're holding on to thoughts, feelings, emotions, then you don't have the freedom to be able to do other things with your mind, like be happy, be peaceful, be filled with gratitude, create. So many things that you can do with the mind. But if it's holding all these unwholesome beliefs, emotions, thoughts, worry, anger, upset, sadness, thinking bad about yourself, self-deprecating thoughts, if it's holding on to all these things, it's just not going to be free. It's not going to be able to ascend to a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of freedom. So impermanence, making sure we realize that everything is impermanence, including our beliefs. They have changed over time. We don't believe today what we believed yesterday, and we might not believe tomorrow what we believe today. So it's okay to allow our beliefs to change. In the Metta Sutta, the Buddha says, by not holding to fixed views, one is not born into this world again. So it's by holding to fixed views, by holding on to desires, everything that we hold on to will eventually crush us. I like to think about, holding a weight. You can hold your hand up, and you can hold, light weights, heavy weights. But even this pencil would become infinitely heavy if I held on to it long enough. Even just holding up my hand, I have to let go. If I don't let go, I can't hold up my hand forever. I might be able to hold it up for 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, I don't know. But eventually my arm is going to get so tight, so painful, I have to let it go. I have no choice. So the longer we hold on to things, the tighter we get, the more painful things become. And so we need to let things go, because we have to allow the law of impermanence. And if we don't, then we'll have suffering. If we believe that our thoughts, our beliefs, our identity is ourself, then we're not allowing ourselves to ascend to a higher state of being, a higher state of knowing, where we transcend all personal beliefs, all personal experiences, and can truly be free. And then the last part of it is dukkha. That if we try to make something that's permanent, impermanent, permanent, we're going to suffer. If we identify with things as personal self, or that things are personal, something somebody said, it's just going to harm us, and it causes suffering. So if we let those things go, then we can fly. We can be that bird that can ascend so high into the sky, and it can do so many feats that are just so wonderful. I can't imagine what it's like to be a bird, and to be able to fly wherever they want to go, and experience that kind of freedom. So we can experience that kind of freedom too, but we do need to use effort. We do need to let go. Now, the kind of effort that we should use is meditation daily. By reining in our mind, by bringing it back again and again and again, that is the effort of letting go. because we have to let go the thoughts that arise in order to come back to our object of mindfulness, whether that be the breath or loving kindness or counting or a mantra, whatever it is. And the more we let go, the more that we can stay with our chosen object, the more we can be actually conscious. Anytime we're upset, we're not being fully conscious, because to be fully conscious is to be fully aware, and the only way you can be fully aware is by letting go so that you can see. If you went to a movie and you went and you see a character on the screen, and you went and you wanted to hold that character on the screen or touch that character on the screen, you'd have to get so close to the screen that you wouldn't be able to see everything else. So it's more about having a wider perspective of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and that's really the only way to be free. Is you can stay with one sense, like sight and seeing, and just be with seeing and just see, and just be with that, or you can just allow everything, more of a Zen way, and allow everything to arise, and just radically let go of everything that arises, because there's so much more happiness, so much more freedom. But we do need that concentration, that ability to let go, because it's not that easy. You sit and you meditate and you're like, damn, this is hard to do, I can't do this. But it just takes some practice, it just takes some time. The longer you sit, if you can sit in a way that you're not beating yourself up, you have to be positive and know that this is something that can be done. And you just need to let go. Okay, let that go. Okay. Be kind to yourself. And you come back again and again and again, and it's like working out. Eventually you get stronger. Eventually you can let go more and more and more. So I hope this is helpful. I love you. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Peace.